Hello, hello, and good morning, everybody. How we doing out there? Thank you for joining me. As always, it's nice to see you. Connecticut Medical Marijuana Clinic, Compound Concentration Coffee. We're here, we're up, we're on the air. It's your SunDaze edition. How you doing out there? Hopefully you've had a good start to your day. Let me get up. Cheers, all. Now, y'all know the routine. YouTube, I've already got you open. Facebook, I'm opening up a separate chat, of course, over here. You are listening to our theme track from Austin Woodward. Tune is called BioTrek. Right, audio is working in YouTube. What's happening, Facebookers? Good to see you over there. Nice to see you, Chris. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, we're doing what we have to do here, of course. I hope all is well with you. Good morning, Kendall. How you doing? What is the good word? Fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Once again, our theme song right there from Austin Woodward and Shane Roberts. Austin's. I'm going to be interviewing Austin over there at Facebook Live. It's coming up very soon. Very soon. And you know, I'm going to keep you up to date, and I'll make some announcements before it comes up so people can make sure to, make the space on their calendar and check it out. Number 2 from them, Disassociate. Absolutely. Staying safe, hanging out with the family, hanging out with the extended family. Good morning, Bud Rich. How are you, man? Nice to see you over there at YouTube land. Coffee's always good. Absolutely. Good day or night. What's up, Steve? Glad to hear it, my friend. Thank you for joining us, as always. Listen. Man, them feet. There we go. Disassociate. Man, just a kicking tune right there. Austin Woodward, Zach Ledbetter. Now, we are jumping over. You asked for some jumbo. Absolutely, no problem. I can get that on there for you. We will start out with a tune. It's called Extreme Squad. Checking out the roadways, making sure we have no incidents, closures, or delays. I mean, people are doing what they need to do. People are doing their due diligence. Still, you know, those who do need to get out to a store or whatnot. East Hartford, you're running clear. Same thing with Hartford over there by Jennings Road. New Haven, Long Wharf Drive, traveling nicely. All the way into Bridgeport, right over by Warden Avenue. It's totally clear. Welcome back, welcome back. Popeyes is good. Popeyes is always good. To me, Popeyes now is what Kentucky Fried Chicken's original crispy recipe used to be like. You know? Man, I loved that stuff. And then they changed it. What? Alrighty. Now, news of the ... Whoa. Thanks for sending it over there, Todd. In the age of social distancing right now, Authorities in England have temporarily, and it's 100% safe, but they've put this black dye into a picturesque bright blue lagoon because people have still been gathering in groups and hanging out like in close proximity together when they shouldn't be. The Derbyshire police saying that despite instructions by officials in the UK, stay home, help, slow down things, people still congregating at this former quarry known as the Blue Lagoon. Now, they say no doubt it's due to the picturesque location. We understand that. And it's lovely weather. For once, they said. Unfortunately, however, the location is dangerous, and this type of gathering is in being counterintuitive to trying to stop the spread. So, they shared photos of this nice blue, beautiful water on Facebook just before and then after when they put this black dye in there. They're like, well, they're hoping it just kind of makes it less appealing. Again, they want people to know it's temporary, but still, they don't want people to do that. You had Extreme Squad, Jumbo back there. Solomon David, professionally known as Jumbo. DJ, music producer, sound mutator, MC, calls himself a crate digger, curator of feels. Go to Instagram.com/JumboIsDrama. All right. Number 2 from Jumbo. We're going to jump from the rock into hip hop. It's a tune called Guess Who? What's going on? Howdy, howdy. Just read down a little more in that article. Also, and you know what? It's true. If you research, if you look up, or if you've seen any shows on this stuff, they point out that the reason that this water is such a beautiful, beautiful, bright blue color is not because it's, oh, that's really nice, let's go swimming in it. It actually, very high pH levels. What it is it's caustic chemicals which literally leach out from the quarry stones and can cause either skin irritation or, in some cases, if the pH levels are high, it can literally break down metal in minutes. So you can imagine what it would do to a person. Yeah, it's pretty scary, actually. They don't have the level listed there in the article. That's one of the reasons why I was reading through, was to see if they actually had the level. However, there's a show. It's on, let's see, the Science Channel. History, on one of them where one of the people traveled over to a lake that was kind of like this one, but the pH levels are literally so high that the water itself gives off almost a steam, and they had to put up massive fences around this particular thing because somebody literally did. It was vacationers went there. They didn't know about it. One of them was on the shore. They were, taking off their clothes. They're getting ready to go swimming. The other one dived in the water and was killed instantly. I'm actually looking it up right now. I can't remember the name of it. All right, guess who? Jumbo. Let us go over now. Continuing on with your Jumbo block. We have a lot of tracks too. Just for Jumbo now. Over 220 tracks. So we're going to be doing a featured day of just Jumbo. That'll be coming your way. There we go. Gave you a little rock, gave you hip hop. Now it's electronic. This tune's called Stardust. In general, water with a pH lower than 7 is considered acidic, and with a pH greater than 7 is considered basic. Normal range for pH in surface water is anywhere between 6.5 to 8.5. And then pH for groundwater is between 6 and 8.5. And science in general, I mean, even as a child, always interested me. Hey, Janet, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land. All right. Facebookers, thank you for the likes. YouTubers, thank you for the thumbs over there. Y'all rock. Much love, everybody. Oh, wait, there we go. My heart was broken. Oh. Stardust, again from Jumbo. That's out of electronic. Let's grab a tune. This is called Octane. Continuing on in your Jumbo block. Okay, let me grab us another track. Again, we are in your jumbo block. Here's what I haven't played in a little bit. A little bit of novelty, mixing with jazz. Yeah, it's a tune called Agent M. Hello, Linda. Good morning over there. Nice to see you on Facebook, as always. Ooh. Yes, please. What's going on, Sticky Buds? How you doing over there on YouTube? Once again, we are in the mixed. It's a jumbo, but it's also a hip hop block at the same time. Two birds with one stone. All right, here we go. Next up, it's a tune called Uptown Bounce. And who's in for a little JC's Power Hour? Eh?
Damn. I'll leave. Shite. I'll leave, it's fine. I'm cool with all that.
I figured it's only a 2-minute change track, but it brings you in. And see, even Sticky Bud said, sounds good. So.
Me or the music?
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. You know, that honestly sounds good. I could go for a little notch. I'll buy if you want to fly. Well, I'm talking after your power hour, obviously. You're here to do your job. Not saying, hold it. Yeah, I'm saying after you're done.
That's right. Send me out in the rain.
Absolutely.
The brutality.
Driving. Yeah, it's
hail.
Stop. So, all right, everybody. I am out of here for 1 hour. I will be back. You know the routine. She's going to hang out with you. She's going to kick back, relax, chill, and chat. You get to talk about anything and everything except religion,
Antonio Brown.
politics. No, Antonio Brown. You want to discuss the whole hour with Antonio
No,
with her.
no, nobody
She
wants to.
loves to talk Antonio Brown.
Ouch!
Loves to talk Antonio.
OWT. I don't know what she you're talking about, but that she ain't me.
Oh, did I get you confused with my other wife?
It must have.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You all look so much alike.
You got a thing for redheads.
Well, obviously, I married one, but,
Yeah. I'm glad both sounds good to you, Sticky Buds. How's everybody doing? Hello, Janet. How are you over there?
Yeah, you got people on both sides.
Give me half a second to sit and read. Just like a man, ever so impatient. Hey, Kizette, how are we doing out there? It is JC's Power Hour. I hope y'all are doing well. It's a little rainy and drizzly in our neck of the woods. How's it going for you people out there? As you know, JC's Power Hour, I love the likes I'm seeing, is a sports-oriented show. I'm glad, cause I know it's been rough on a lot of people, you know, different levels of different levels of the quarantine, different levels of, are you essential for work? Are you not working? Are you stuck at home? And, you know, I don't want to downplay any of it because I know some of us are having a hard time. Oh, believe me, I know, Sticky Buds, I know. In case you guys didn't see it, this week's cover of Sports Illustrated was simply an entire picture taking up the whole cover of empty seats at a, you know, whichever event, you know, at an arena, at a sports complex. They didn't even specify which one, nor did they had to, because, you know, it's honestly, it's one of the sadder, not the saddest, because God knows there have been other events in the world that unfortunately have been sadder, but for anybody who is a sports fan, that was a definite sad moment. I was talking to one of my friends at work. Yeah, I know. It is. I've said it many times coming home from work. I mean, it's kind of surreal. I mean, I'm one of the ones who's considered essential. You know, the post office is still open. And honestly, I'm grateful and I'm kind of proud to be serving what we do, because it's getting to a point where there's a lot of people who could only get things through the mail, and not even just supplies, but there are people who get their medications that they need through the mail, like, you know, high blood pressure medications and, you know, different things like that, especially the elderly who don't get out anyway. So, you know, I am proud to do what I do, but when I walk around, when I see it, it really feels like I'm walking through an episode of Walking Dead. I mean, just like there's nobody on the streets. The highways at peak times have like no cars. You know, normally when you're like, okay, I gotta allow myself, you know, just 10 minutes to merge into traffic, there's nothing. It's very surreal, and it's a very interesting time to say the least. But again, I do believe in my heart of hearts we're gonna get through this. I think the mail's moving at a decent rate, especially considering what's going on. Not too many people are. I don't. The letter volume seems to be a little bit down, but again, we deliver a lot of parcels, a lot of supplies, a lot of things that people need or even that people want, because they're stuck home for 2 weeks. I mean, one of my coworkers, like, literally, she said basically she delivered one day an entire, basically a garage band setup for the kids that are home because they're home now. The kids are home in a lot of states until fall. So, just to try to alleviate some of the boredom, there are people, one of my customers ordered like a big outside table, for picnics and whatnot. And, that on top of everything else that we get through. So, I keep seeing a lot of articles, that, the post office is struggling right now and this and that. And a very large part of me thinks that that's just another one of those, people trying to scare people type of things. We're not going anywhere. We've delivered through recessions. We've delivered through everything. We're not going anywhere. We're good. And it seems very self-gratifying to say it, but the postal service has been kind of a backbone of a lot of things for a lot of years, and I don't expect it to go anywhere. And I do expect to help out people. And one of the cutest things in this time is on more than one mailbox, on or in, like, the customers, even though they're, the customers are obeying social distancing and stuff like that, they'll leave little notes or like little signs like, thanks for still delivering the mail, we appreciate what you do. And, it's little things like that, that make your mail carriers really, it makes our day, seriously. Because, the people who are out there right now who are essential, and even more essential than the post office, the police officers, the firefighters that are out there, the medical personnel. The medical personnel are right at ground zero, right at, danger level, doing the best they can. How dare there be no water in here? Ah. Nobody saw me steal that. And don't ever think the police and firemen don't know or aren't still dedicated to what they're doing. I saw a firefighter on my route, and he was like dressed up in like full gear, like everything, the air tanks, the full suit, which I know weighs a lot, and full gear and everything. And of course, I didn't see a truck or anything around, so I said to him, everything okay? And he said, without shrugging, my gym is closed because of the social distancing, and I got to make sure that I'm still in good shape in case somebody needs me. This is the kind of dedication that you got out there. My man was he was literally putting himself through the paces, like running in full gear. And after that, he was using the handheld weights to do lunges and stuff like that. He's making sure that he's in exactly what he said. He's making sure that if somebody calls because they need him, that he's going to be there for him. That's the kind of dedication you see out there. And I'm tired of hearing, all the bad stories. We need to hear some of these good stories too. So don't forget the people who are good and who are trying to stick together, because there's a lot more good people than bad people out there. It always used to bother me, especially when I worked in for like over 5 years. I had a route in a neighborhood that was considered, a dangerous neighborhood. I'm not gonna say that, unfortunately there wasn't crime in the area, but that's the only thing that area was known for. Like, oh my God, stay away from it. It's the worst thing in the world. Like, you're gonna get stabbed if you walk down the street. Blah blah blah. And nobody takes the time to actually get to know the people who actually live there, when 99% of them are just people trying to live their lives. Unfortunately, some areas do have more crime than others. But why do only bad stories get so much coverage? Why don't you get the good stories? So everybody, make it a point. Think of something positive. Think of something good and share it with your friends. Especially in a time like this where, people are stressed out. People are worried about what we're going to do in the future. Because you know what? We're going to get through this. We're tough. And I just heard thunder out there. See, he wants to send me out into the raging storm. See, I told you. Well, even though there aren't too many things we can discuss, there are a few things that we can discuss. One thing is, as far as the NFL, the NFL draft is still gonna go in April. It's still gonna go forward. It's gonna go forward on the, I believe it was April 23rd, 24th, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Yes. It's not, obviously it's not gonna be the grand thing in Vegas where you have a crowd full of people and everything like that, and the big show that we're used to. And unfortunately, as fun as that is, as cool as it is, we're living in a world of social media. Hey, look, social media. And a lot of the guys who aren't even sure that they're gonna be picked get their call over the phone anyway. So there's probably the details aren't set yet, but there's probably gonna be a lot of audio and video uplinks. There's probably gonna be a lot of FaceTiming, things like that. But we're at least gonna try to move forward in that aspect, because like I said, talking to my friend at work, we're both really hoping, both being big Steelers fans and both being football fans, really hoping that it doesn't do to the NFL what it did, what the timing did to other sports. I mean, even if it's not my sport, I feel really bad. Like, the NHL season is totally done. There will be no NHL season. Baseball is, every day missed is more games missed. So depending on when the CDC says that there's a handle on this and we could start congregating again, is going to determine when we could get back to this. April is also for WWE. It's WrestleMania, and Vince is determined to keep it on the schedule. And honestly, God love them. I give them all the credit in the world. The wrestlers are trying to keep it together, and they're doing matches for Raw and SmackDown, at the training facility. but honestly, a huge part of wrestling, I mean, a huge part of all, I mean, seriously, I mean, if you watched a football game on TV with absolutely no crowd, that would be surreal as hell and be kind of depressing in in a lot of ways. And it's the same for wrestling. Wrestling is a huge crowd motivated reactions to this, reactions to that. Many times I've called it a big violent soap opera, and that's pretty much what it is, and you need the crowd reaction for that. But as of now, yeah, college football next, this coming season should be okay. You know, I mean, it's the end of March now. I mean, hard to believe. Like, March has been crazy with everything going on, but March is almost over. April 1st is just right around the corner. And April, a lot of things, happen sports wise. A lot of things happen entertainment wise, movie releases, concerts, just everything. And April's going to be an interesting month because I think and I hope that by mid-April we'll start to see recovery. We'll start to see um, everything rebuilding itself. People slowly getting back to normal. We're also going to see, again, everybody pay close attention to your friends, to your family, to anything. Keep in mind which companies were good to their employees, were good to their customers, who you had to deal with, you know. I mean, I have a car insurance company that straight up said because of what's going on, all payments are pushed till April 30th. Because they know what's going on. They don't want, they don't want to put somebody in a bad spot and they don't want to screw anybody up either. Especially big companies that could seriously afford it. The ones that will actually go and take care of their customers and put their customers and employees first. Keep that in mind when all this is over and we can get back to normal. The ones who took good care of everybody, take care of them. Because I think we all want to take care of the ones who take care of each other. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. One of the going back to the NFL for a little bit because this is the time where we have a lot of free agents, a lot of people who are released. Here's a somewhat surprise that Cam Newton was released from the Panthers. That's a big one. Granted, he was released because he had health problem, injury problems, but I'm not so sure that the Panthers are going to come up with somebody as good to take the complete lead. But somewhat not surprising, Jameis Winston from the Buccaneers is also gone. But hey, they got Brady, so they're set. Is anybody else really, really looking forward to Brady getting hit on the side on the field, or is that just me? Okay, that's probably not just me, but I probably shouldn't say that being a sports reporter, should I? That's one of those times that like the fan and the reporter get into arguments with each other and probably should behave. But of course, where's the fun in that? Part of me wants to talk about there have been a couple of deaths in the NFL world due to the virus. I mean, Bobby Hebert Sr., who's the father of former Saint Bobby Hebert Jr., passed from the disease. And former Broncos wide receiver Orlando McDaniel also passed from it. McDaniel was 59 and Bobby Hebert was 81. So it shows that, age is a factor, but it's also not the only factor. I do want you guys to be careful. I do want, especially anybody who has underlying health problems, please be careful. I don't want to turn the show into just sad things like that, but I also don't want to ignore it. You know. Another reason that I really hope that the NFL season isn't knocked down is that this year would supposed to be the new playoff rules, and I'd like to see how that affects everything. What else? It was it this week? Yeah, it was this week that they officially announced that the Olympics will not be held. I mean, again, we kind of saw that coming, unfortunately, but I mean, it's important, but it's still sad, and it's still still one of those things. So instead of talking about only, which trades and which things can or possibly might happen, tell me what you guys are doing. Like how are you uh, staving off what's going on? How are you staving off boredom? How are you staving off repetitiveness? One of the things that I found to be really cute and amusing to watch this week. You all know our kids. They're full grown. They're 28, 28, 21, and 20. And still, they have a good time playing with just a simple wiffle ball and bat, and somehow turning it into a wrestling match at times. But that's part of the fun, I suppose. I mean, it's a good time for whoever you're home with. Do stuff that you normally don't do. Hell, break out a board game. Yes, there are these things actually called board games that aren't video games. I mean, I love video games too, believe me. But there are board games. There are video games that are multiplayer. There are different things that we could all do. One interesting thing, I mean, of course, this is the writer in me, but one interesting thing, especially for those who are, even for those who are home and they normally are home, but this is now like a different feel that you have to be home, that the world is telling you to be home. Write a journal. Write a journal chronicling, that was a hard one to spit out, how you're feeling, what's going on, because this will be interesting to look back on. Even if you just write little notes. I write notes all the time on my calendar, like, if something happened, that day, like, like, obviously not now, but like, went to mall with the family, I'll write something like that. Went to mall with family, almost died because trying to get to cut the pug's legs and he cut the pug's nails and he almost kicked my ass. I mean, things like that. You need to give yourself something to look back on. And especially for the, believe it or not, for those who have stress and or anxiety, it might actually help you to write down what you were going through, and then you'll be able to look back at it and say, you know what, I got through that. It was annoying, it was a pain in the butt, but look what I did. I got through this. No one inspires more than inspiring yourself. And if you can inspire yourself to keep going, well, that's a wonderful thing. Going back to WrestleMania, which, it's next weekend. Doing it on 2 days. According to rumors, it's not updated on the website yet, but according to a lot of rumors, Roman Reigns has pulled out of WrestleMania, and the rumor is he's pulled out of WrestleMania because he has fought leukemia multiple times, and so he would be in one of the higher risk um, categories, which I absolutely understand. I mean, like I said, anybody who has underlying health problems should be very careful right now. But I mean, if you listen to all the rumors, Roman wasn't very happy about his match anyway. And so, I mean, if the show goes on, there's a lot of places to stream it. The WWE is trying to keep everybody entertained. The WWE Network is showing all past WrestleMania matches on their thing to try to make up for, obviously, there's a lack of entertainment and fan reaction right now. So they're trying to keep, all ends up, as it were. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed, too, because they were going with a cool pirate theme for this year's WrestleMania, and it looked like they were going to pull out, of course they always pull out a lot of the stops, and a couple of matches would have been really good. I mean, Brock Lesnar is champion for whatever God knows reason, but he was going to be fighting, I say it in past tense like it's not going to happen, but I just don't see as many people tuning in. I mean, if you want complete honesty. But he's fighting Drew McIntyre, and I really believe that Drew's one of the guys who could easily step up and take that match away and become the new champion. And they're putting a lot of stock behind him. And again, before the crowds weren't there, the crowd is really behind Drew, and he's had a lot of good comeuppance on Brock, possibly too many before a major event, because a lot of times when you get too many ahead on them, then you end up losing the match. But if nothing else, the entertainment value of Paul Heyman's reaction every time Drew got the best of Brock is just, his reactions are really where the money is, and that's why he's his advocate. Because let's be realistic, Brock Lesnar has no mic skills whatsoever. I'm kind of surprised that after all this time they haven't tried to teach him or hone the skills, I guess would be a good way to put it, improve. But no. So, I don't know what the story, why they keep going back with, I just don't know. I mean, one of the matches that I was interested to watch only because I want to see him get his ass handed to him. And of course, who doesn't love The Undertaker? The Undertaker was going to finally get his hands on AJ Styles. certainly that would be worth. That'd be worth it right there. Another match. And this happened before excuse me, happened before, like, losing the crowd reaction. And so it's another one of those where I think they basically, I don't know that they ran out of a storyline or they just took a left turn with the storyline, because it was very surprising when the Fiend lost his championship to Goldberg. People, a lot of people were surprised at that, and then they made the Goldberg match against Roman Reigns. And Roman did actually come out publicly and say he would have much rather faced the Fiend. And that seemed to be where the storyline was going. So why they decided to take a left turn on that, I really am not sure, because honestly, I think that would have been more of an intriguing storyline. I think there was more building up between the two of them. I think they were, there's no backstory between Goldberg and Reigns. It's just, okay, you have the title. There's no real build up back there, even if that match happened. There's no build up, and there's absolutely no build up between who the Fiend is supposed to be fighting. It's supposed to be the Fiend versus John Cena. And as entertaining as John Cena is, he has completely joined the ranks of total, not even part-time wrestler, like hardly ever time wrestler. He's up there with The Rock and sad to say Triple H, because Triple H hardly ever goes in the ring anymore either. I mean, Undertaker, you could at least say that every year he's going to do at least one or two. Especially WrestleMania. But this, I mean, the entire storyline between Cena and the Fiend was Cena coming out and giving his little speech, which he gave a couple of years ago, by the way, and he actually did this a couple of years ago, like, I haven't been involved in blah blah blah, and I'm just gonna be a fan like you guys, and I'm gonna sit and enjoy WrestleMania like you guys did. And basically, he did that same little speech, slightly altered, and then as he was leaving, the Fiend's light shutting down and music came on, and instead of attacking Cena, he simply pointed to the WrestleMania sign. It's a challenge. And of course the crowd, got into it, and so Cena saluted and said, sure. Big build up. Totally disappointing. Especially for how much the Fiend has been the Fiend's really been has really been embracing the hell out of his character, out of this new character, and I gotta say he's very creepy and good at it. He is definitely enjoying it, and really to see him putting that much effort into this new persona, and then basically having a crumb thrown at his feet for WrestleMania. That's kind of, I mean, that's just, I mean, I would think almost insulting. I mean, I mean, honestly, how is this not insulting? But, you know, one that has uh at least a little more build up than that is Randy Orton versus Edge, who surprised and really made a lot of people happy when he came back at the Royal Rumble. I mean, that was one of those surprises that we really loved. And supposedly there's a I don't know, would we call it a storyline more than a betrayal? Is the betrayal the storyline? Is it just we got nothing else, we'll just throw this together? I mean, supposedly Randy is, doing. Of course, he's doing the bad guy thing because he's really good at doing the bad guy thing. I mean, we can't dispute that. But well, that one should be a good because it's a last man standing match, and which basically means that match is going to go anywhere in the arena. It's going to pull out any stops that they absolutely can, and it could be anything from being knocked out, for basically a 10 count, or we've seen a plethora of ways that the person wasn't able to stand, getting buried underneath, buried underneath a bunch of junk, buried underneath parts of a quote unquote falling stage. I believe one year wasn't somebody ended up getting duct taped to the post so he couldn't stand. I'm trying to remember. Why does something tell me that was Orton that happened to? I'm trying to remember, but I can't off the top of my head. But anywho, if I hazard a guess, either Orton is going to do the thing with the chair around Edge's neck again, scaring the hell out of people that he snapped his neck again, or Edge is gonna, do his retaliation and do that to Orton. Either way, that might be one of the more entertaining ones. For the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, there is a triple threat ladder match between The Miz and Morrison, who has recently returned, The Usos and the New Day. That one has some potential also. Although I don't know. Every time Big E attempts to go up one of the ladders, it just makes me nervous. He just doesn't seem like the the yeah. He doesn't seem like a ladder kind of guy. But again, as far as WrestleMania goes, leave us not forget that it's a 2-day event. So it is going to be Saturday and Sunday. It does not have a breakdown that I could see as of right now which matches are going to happen on Saturday and which are going to happen on Sunday. Oh, excuse me. But they do have a lot of matches. I don't know if they've put extra matches on because of what's going on to try to entice, or if they were really going to just have it be this big and then we got caught up in everything. The SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley's going to be defending her title in a fatal 5-way elimination match. So she's going up against Sasha Banks, Lacey Evans, Tamina, and Naomi. So that one's also going to be a big deal. I'm a little surprised that Bayley has held on to her title this long, to be honest. But if they're going to give somebody else the go, it would probably start at WrestleMania. Now, two women who have definitely been having a big rivalry of late. NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Making a very big showing, an NXT champion against a SmackDown star. Charlotte is basically aiming to prove who's really in control of the big leagues. And Rhea is up and coming and a very strong superstar in her own right. And wants to show that she could do what she needs to. One where personally I think both guys are not being utilized to their full potential. More so I just don't like the new direction that one guy is going in. Kevin Owens, who just, I don't know why, he just saps the energy out of me. I don't like him. I never have. I don't know why. I just, I can't get behind him. I'm not sure why. There's just something about him that annoys the hell out of me, I guess. Is taking on Seth Rollins. And as much as I like Seth Rollins, this Monday Night Messiah mystique and this direction that he's going in is getting really old really quick. So, admittedly, I have to say they're both very good technical wrestlers, and I think the match itself could be really good. But, Seth always has a couple of guys as backup. Oh, wrestling is great. Absolutely. I do like it. I get disappointed. I get disappointed when the storylines aren't there, or they go askew for whatever reason. Like I said, some of these guys are really talented and they're not utilized well. Like my favorite sport, NFL football, without a doubt. My entire year revolves around NFL football. I bleed black and yellow. I mean, I have a Steelers tattoo on my ankle. I have the Steelers corporate office on my phone. I mean, I am definitely an NFL girl. If I had to pick one thing to watch for the rest of my life, that would be it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like baseball. My other ankle has the Yankees tattoo on it. I love wrestling. I love golf. And the Masters isn't going to happen this year. Ugh. Ugh. Gods. But one of the reasons I feel so bad for everybody else, I have friends who love hockey and basketball as much as I love football, and their seasons are done. And like literally, I plan my year. Like my sports year revolves around the NFL. There is NFL season and not NFL season, and leading up to NFL season. And is it preseason yet? And how are my guys doing? And what's going on? And who's doing what? I mean, these are definitely my guys, and yeah, you you see, when I don't play the music, you can't pick up the rain. It actually is raining pretty hard right now, which I know we need, and spring rain, all that brouhaha, but I'm enjoying doing yard work out there, and I don't have a lot of days off to do it. And so this is kind of quelling my yard work. I mean, it's good for. I mean, the grass is starting to turn greener and greener every day. Soon, we'll have to end up out there actually cutting it. But before the annoying vines and thorns really get into their growing stage, I was trying to get all of them out, and it's not impossible. It's just a meticulous job and time consuming because I'm doing it by myself as like my own project, and I'm like doing it in stages. I'm getting everything out of the ground and uh, pulling up as many of the roots as I can. Ever try to cut wild thorns off of something? They grow like in a maze that you have to really think about what you're doing, or else you're just gonna get an armful of thorns. I grab it here and I cut, and then near and near and near and near and near and near, and just get more and more of it out. But I let it go. I let it go for too long, and it was really starting to take over. Like honestly, in a couple of parts, it took over like a good 4 or 5 feet or more of the lawn. Where once I get it all out and get it all raked up, the lawn will go back, and I'll put mulch around the trees so hopefully the vines don't grow back because the vines are strangling my trees, and then my poor little trees fall apart in the winter because they're strangling. It's a whole domino effect. And I love my trees, and I really hate when any of them go. First couple of years we were here, we had a couple of hurricanes, and lost. One year we lost like a total of 8 trees just from the hurricanes. I was bummed about that. But it made an interesting little thorn patch where the bunny rabbits are quite happy because they have their whole little ecosystem in there. Let me see. Any other of the matches for WrestleMania worth talking about? I mean, there are a few more that I haven't spoken about. Becky Lynch is fighting Shayna Baszler. I'm not overly concerned about Becky's ability to maintain her championship on that one. The Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, are taking on Andrade and Angel Garza. And the Street Profits are funny. The skinnier guy, I forget which one is which, but the skinnier one, I swear he downs like 6 pots of coffee before he goes in because he has like energy to boot. He has a stupid amount of energy. There's 2 matches here that honestly could qualify for the I wish they would both just, beat the heck out of each other and fall down. One is Elias versus King Corbin. Elias is annoying as all get out, and then again, so is Corbin. I couldn't possibly pick who I would want to win such a match. I really don't know which one annoys me less. I suppose if I had to say who would I rather lose instead of who would I rather win, I would probably rather Corbin loses. Only because the only real king of wrestling is Triple H. But the other match is Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. Sami Zayn is another one. I really think he's hiding an injury because he seems um, more interested in dancing around Shinsei than anything else. And if I'm not mistaken, Shinsei now has an injury. So they're kind of pushing him into the limelight. I don't know whether he can or not, but well, that looks like all the matches. So during this week, I'm sure I'll see you here and there because goodness knows I pop in and, when I hear the song of my people or when I give meals or whatnot. But above all this week, stay safe. Um, Stay safe. Do what you need to do. This is one of those times, definitely take care of you. And if you can, take care of those around you. Keeping up with, social distancing and such. And try not to listen. Try not to listen too much to like the news reports. Like don't hide in a bubble, but don't saturate yourself with it. Especially if you're stuck home, especially if you're not working right now, especially if you're somebody who's home anyway and now you're hearing all this stuff. Don't saturate yourself with it because all it's going to do is really make you upset.
Be right back. Let me just go to the bathroom.
Well, no.
Well, too bad. There's that.
Well, no, you're not allowed to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you yeah at me. Ugh. Well, I mean, I appreciate that, Sticky Buds. I try. Brian's gonna be back in a second. I'm upset that I don't have as much, sports to talk about. I mean, I don't want to just beat dead horses with the same few stories that are going around. You know. I mean, I could offer a cheap pop, hey, if you're into reading, and you're stuck home, buy my books. Yay. I mean, if I learned anything from Shatner, it's to self-promote. And God knows Shatner's good at it. But like I said, if you're out and about, if you're an essential worker, be safe. You know, don't take crazy chances. Just do what you need to, and take care of yourself. Um, I am. I definitely am. I mean, I've said more than once. I don't know if I'm just naive. I don't think it's naive, or if I'm just overly confident, or if, like one of those memes I saw this week, I'm just used to crises one after another, so I don't panic easily. But I'm not. I don't want to say I'm not worried because that sounds kind of callous. It's not that I'm not worried. I'm not gonna let it control my every thought. You know, that type of thing. I'm not gonna wrap myself in hand sanitizer and a bubble wrap, but I'm not gonna, I'm certainly not gonna be like that idiot who, licks toilet seats,
If you
for
wrap
the.
yourself in bubble wrap, you realize I'm going to have to bounce you across the yard, right?
Hence another reason why I'm not wrapping myself in bubble wrap. I mean, if anybody who thinks he won't do it, don't ever think that. Don't ever think he wouldn't do it. All right, my darlings, be safe.
Howdy, y'all.
What did you want?
Coffee mug. Real simple. Egg and cheese wraps. Just
Wraps like one or two?
wraps. Like in two. Plural. S.
That's why I'm asking.
1 second, everybody. No, that's why I gave you this morning. What do I have? Come on, seriously. All right, everybody. Wanted to grab myself a coffee. Gonna get some music going. Hopefully, you're all having a good one out there. I know. I looked in really quick. I saw everybody was chatting. Yeah, exactly. Egg and cheese wrap sounds good, doesn't it? I literally was, we were sitting here before. She walked in the door, and as she walked in the door, I'm going, I think I'm going to have one of those. I was thinking about it all morning, and I kind of decided right at that moment. All right, imagine us. We're going to do a little R&B right now. This is Jumbo. I'm going to grab myself a coffee from the system. Give me 1 second. already explained that yesterday. Everybody is welcome. Hopefully today's a better day for you. Kick back, relax, chill, and chat there, Bananas. See that? I said the word bananas, and now my little one has to go bananas.
No, sweetheart, I want bananas when I married you.
Let's not forget who has to.
Yeah.
I got down on my knee in a movie theater in front of all those people that was willing to do it until I realized, wait a minute, it was a leap year. It would have doomed us. There we go. Everybody knows I'm very tradition oriented. I know a lot of people find it hard to believe, but I am. So, yep. When I first was going to marry her, when I first was, like, literally proposed to her, I went, wait a minute. You know, it truly is. It's a leap year. I can't do this. I mean, for things to go right, you have to be the one. Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's 12:15. Make sure everybody's packed, rolled, and raring to go. That 20's going to be here like that, don't you know? And we've been together, well, we literally have known each other. We've been around each other. We've been together. It's been over 30 years. So, imagine us. That was Jumbo right there. Once again, that was R&B and soul. Now, I gave you Jumbo in hip-hop and rock, in reggae, in novelty, in jazz, in all sorts of things. The man, again, really does appreciate being a musician and stretches and tests his metal as one. So I will finish up this one little track here. We'll go on to other things. Keep sending over your requests. Hanging out on CC&C on the SunDaze edition, March 29th, 2020. Tune's called Game Day. Cheers, all. Hello, my boy. Yes, I will give you bellies. Yes, I will give you bellies. Who doesn't like a belly? Oh, belly, belly. Oh, belly, bellies. He's my good boy. Yes, he is. He's my good boy. I'm not going after that. You know that. That's your toy. That's your toy. That's right. Oh, scratch, scratch. Oh, little stretch. Oh, little stretch. Yeah, there you go. There's the stretch. There's my boy. I sure can. No problem there. See that my grave is kept clean. Jamie Stone and David Travers Smith is the one you're talking about. I have a few requests, but yours is right now getting put on the list. There you go. Again, wrapping up it was a combination block. We had a bunch of tunes from the artist Jumbo, Solomon David, and hip-hop, reggae, rock, novelty, and jazz. I mean, you got to love that combination. Talk again, somebody who thinks outside the box, which is what I appreciate. All right, now, since we had that type of a block, people have asked for some rock. Absolutely got you covered on this day. Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic Compound Concentrates in Coffee. This is Cyanide Circus coming your way. Well, since I'm on for 5 hours, it's around the 2.5 hour mark. We are right now coming up on the hour 45 minutes. Got to do. We have Cyanide Circus, the Lost Van Hagar track, Chomp, coming up. The Lost Dream Theater track, Algorithm, coming up. Apocalyptic Apathy coming up. Then we'll be getting into the blues and some other things. You'll see that my grave is kept clean. So, you have... 12, 15 minutes before I get into the blues. Thereabouts. There you go. Cyanide Circus. Getting Lost Van Hagar. Good request. Good request. Absolutely. Nico Fuzz. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, but you know songs from Van Halen and Van Hagar when Sammy was there, listen to this tune and tell me you don't think, honestly, it's a lost track. Like, I played this for a friend of mine who works at a radio station, and he sat there and he goes, I literally can see this conversation right now. The boys are just wrapping up this song in the recording studio, and they walk in on Sammy, and they're like, hey, man, it's really a great track. It's a good tune, but it's just not going to make 5150. There you go. Chomp it up. All right, there we go. The Lost Van Hagar track. Yeah, definitely. First time I heard it, I was like, whoa. I played it a couple times. It literally disappeared out of the sound collection. I had it downloaded by that point, so I was still allowed to play it. However, they took it back out of the sound collection because I almost, like, so many people thought that truly was a Van Halen or Van Hagar track. I think it was checked on. And then it came back. I was, yes, so happy. So, next, continuing on the Lost tracks and a few others, we have Dancing with the Algorithms, which is on deck. But right now, the Lost Dream Theater track, Algorithms. Algorithms. Excuse me. We have Dancing with the Algorithms coming up. That was Algorithm, the Lost Dream Theater track. This is from Trout Recording. I have heard about this. A lot of states are doing this. Right now, ones that normally are full serve only, due to, the current conditions, have been stopping that law and allowing individuals to pump their own gas. All right. Wrapping up the Dancing with the Algorithms. Now, Austin Woodward, Zach Ledbetter. We had Apocalyptic Apathy. This is the one I've talked about where you listen to it. Now you're hearing live drum tracks of Zach. It's not something pre-recorded. It's not something done in a DAW, sitting on a machine, pressing buttons. Yeah. Literally sat down behind a kit, and this is what you get. There you go. Apocalyptic Apathy. Now, all right. Sticky Bud, you back? I know you had to step away. And you were looking forward to those tracks. I don't want to play them while you're gone. So you let me know. For now, here we go. Easy Money. Janabelle. Let mommy in. Let her in the door. That's right.
Sorry.
Do we wonder why I have two big strips of very thick double-sided tape underneath my lava lamp?
Because he's got a hard head?
Well, you weren't here to see it. It was live on the show that time. Used to keep water bottles here so I could just reach over.
Yeah.
He did what he just did, but he hit it here. The bottle went up in the air and landed on my laptop. Now, luckily, the cap was on it.
Man, the cap wasn't on.
Yeah. Don't mind me, everybody. I've got it here. Now, Michael James Greco, multi instrumentalist, an educator, and a visionary. This tune is called 2020.
Together, your face is showing. Every
Again, Michael Greco. Go to michaeljamesgreco.com. Still waiting on Sticky Buds to come on back. All right, we have broached the 2-hour mark, man. Gone like that. Lettuce hits. Here we go, Lance Tabor. All right, really quick. Not like you don't know, but opening the weather station here on the compound. 46 degrees out there. We have 94% humidity. Winds have buzzed the station at 13 miles an hour. This coming week, though, we're actually going to be seeing some nice weather. All right? I'm watching it on the Doppler. I'm going to see how things go. But we are looking at, from about midweek on through, long-range forecast, beautiful sun for all of you. Temperatures are going to be low 60s, maybe even mid 60s, and we're talking like 4 or 5 days in a row. In between this track and the next, we'll do a few other things here. On this day, March 29th, 1966, saw Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones injured over in southern France after a fan threw a chair at the stage. Yeah, he required 8 stitches. Now we jump to 1967 in Abbey Road Studios. The Beatles just finished recording Good Morning, Good Morning. Then started work on a brand new song with a little help from my friends. Now, originally titled Badfinger Boogie. Recorded in just 10 takes. Of the rhythm tracks, by the way. Then Ringo overdubbing a double-tracked lead vocal. 69, seeing John Lennon, Yoko Ono, Black Sabbath, Crazy World of Arthur Brown, Curved Air, J.J. Jackson's Dilemma, Shy Limbs, Spontaneous Music Ensemble, Sunflower Brass Band, and Toe Fat. You heard me. All appearing at the London Free Easter Festival over in London, England. Now, Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show in 73. Well, they got her picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone. Well, that was after their hit, the cover of the Rolling Stone, reaching number 6 on the U.S. singles charts. Now, according to members of the group, they really did buy 5 copies for their mothers. That's why the line was in the song. Now, one of my all-time favorite bands, Led Zeppelin, seeing all 6 of their albums in the U.S. top 100 charts, all in the same week. Now, alongside their latest album, Physical Graffiti, at number 1, Graffiti now had been certified 16 times platinum by the RIAA. Sales here in the U.S. in excess of 16 million copies. Hell yeah. Now, again, another one of my favorite artists, David Bowie, kicking off his Low Heroes 77-date world tour, starting in San Diego at the Sports Arena, over in California. Welcome back, welcome back. Now, unfortunately, I just wrapped up my food. Everybody knows what I have to do when I eat. I'm going to be queuing up some music. Monkey's going to jump down. He's going to hang out with you. I've got to go brush my teeth. I have to take care of this stuff. I just feel like a grub if I don't. When I get back, I will be back in time to get into Trivia Challenge. And I played through the songs. I have your requests on the way. All right? So hang on out, everybody. You know the routine. Or, again, do what you got to do, and then we'll all get back here. I am going to start this little block out. Cotton Club Classics. Absolutely. There we go. Let me get Monkey his glasses. Why not? Looks better with it.